Will Perrysburg keep up with their winning ways in 2020? And how about the Fighting Irish? Will that week off create a trap game effect versus Whitmer? We will discuss this and more coming at you on the 419 Football Show right now.
John Gibson. Yes. I'm Dannie Rogers. Sweet! We're your new talk show host for 419 Football. We were just talking about how we wanted to start a gossip show in the 419, but we're not going to do that because we'd love to keep our jobs.
Yes, indeed.
So it was a busy week / non-busy week in high school football. And when I say non-busy week, it's because a handful of teams didn't play because what else? COVID-19. So just to recap, a player on Findlay had tested positive for COVID-19, and that snowball affected St. John's and Central Catholic. So I only have 2 scores for you guys from the track for week 4. St. Francis rolls over Clay 42-0, and Whitmer, the Panthers on Tremainsville, they're having a rough year. They lose to Fremont Ross 28-26. So the little Giants are now the big Giants. Am I right?
Yeah, the big Giants are now in town, and Caden Holmes and company, and your former teammate, right?
Yeah.
Chad Long.
Oh, yes, my guy. The Fighting Chad Longs and Chuck Woodson Smiles.
Love it. Someone call Charles. Someone get Charles on the phone. Be like, your little Giants, your big Giants just beat Whitmer.
Right.
Okay, let's move to the NLL. We're moving through these scores. Anthony Wayne defeats Southview 27-0. Not surprising, but the Generals needed that bounce-back win after 2 losses in a row. Ouch. Bowling Green defeats Springfield 35-2. Wow, that wasn't a thing last year. Okay, Northview just pummels Maumee 42-0. So the Maumee Panthers are now the Maumee Kittens.
Ooh.
And Perrysburg defeats Napoleon.
No, that's cool. That's cool. Idle Hills are Grizzly Bears now, so yeah, it's all good.
We're gonna it's the Kittens. Okay, Perrysburg defeats Napoleon 31-14, and that was such a fun game in the NLL. Perrysburg Napoleon.
Yeah, here, of course. I mean, Perrysburg Napoleon. I mean, I thought I was gonna see a little bit more. Obviously, Perrysburg just too physical. Just too physical of a football team up front. Cade Zimmerly did the big play breakdown on him, and he did the big play breakdown on Napoleon. He put the work in, and his team looks really good, and you just got to tip the hat to Coach Kriegel and what they've been able to do so far this season.
Yeah, I expect to see more from Napoleon, but I thought that when Jared Gerderman went down, it was kind of like when Mighty Casey struck out. The whole town was just down at that point. They took the juice out of that Napoleon team, and it really kind of exposed some of the flaws in that team. And then the physicality of the Perrysburg offensive and defensive lines was just too much.
Yeah, Napoleon scored on the first play of the game and their second to last possession. So they just never, ever got anything going. We'll talk more about the NLL because I'm really pumped about this week. Let's go to the Northern Buckeye Conference. Last week's scores, week 4, Eastwood. They handle Rossford a little bit, 14-0.
Shout
then
out.
Elmwood, shout out to Elmwood. They lost to Lake. Final score 30-13.
Ooh,
this one was close, high scoring. Woodmore inches by Fostoria, 43-36. And Otsego just shuts out Genoa, 32-0.
Yeah, Otsiego's outclassing everyone. I'm actually surprised that Elmwood took the L that they took. With Connor Loxton and company over there, and Mossberger, I thought this was a crew that was going to be able to keep it moving. But obviously, Lake said they're no chumps, and they got a new head coach over there, I think a couple years, or maybe this is his first year. So they're trying to turn it around. But Otsego, they're just outmatching everybody so far this year.
If this graphic is correct, Otsego at least has not won an NBC championship since before 2011. So this is a very big
They're
deal for
due.
them. I'm pumped for them.
Yeah,
Okay.
they're due for one now. They're letting everybody know it, too.
And they can taste it.
They're overdue. Okay, let's go to the TAC. Like, these scores, I can barely find them halftime. Okay, week 4, Ottawa Hills. They just shut down Stritch completely. 32-6 is the final. Northwood beats Hilltop. If I found that score for you, I'd tell you, but Northwood won. And Eden, 46-20 over Montpelier.
Oh, yeah.
Is it Pelier?
Montpelier.
Yeah, it's like Vermont.
Montpelier. Yeah, that's exactly it. Yeah, so those are your TAC scores. Little recap from week 4. And the track, I guess we'll get to that, but they're just not in full swing. I wish we could dive more into the track, but we don't know because half of them didn't play. Bummer.
Yeah, and that's going to be interesting to see too. With that week off for some of these teams, how they're going to kind of bounce back. That's kind of one thing I look at for Central. I know I'm diving a little bit early, but I think so. I think it's going to kind of slow a team down. It's kind of like having a bye week in NFL. You're not always coming back the way you want to because you might have needed that week because the other team is playing.
Well, I'm going to take it a step further, and I'm going to go more broad spectrum, and I'm wondering if this is the first domino to fall in what could be the zombie apocalypse of canceled games. And, I hope not, but, we said week 3 is when we were going to start having the issues.
Yes. And
here we are, week 3. It was Johnny on the spot, right, when it was supposed to be there. So the question becomes, is this going to become every week, Wednesday, Thursday, we're finding out that someone in some team is going to have to sit out a game?
Oh.
Here's the question. This week was the last week for high school football teams to opt out of playing in a postseason without penalty. So this whole season is COVID-19 season. So if you have to opt out due to COVID-19, are you then penalized? How do you penalize someone if they drop out of the postseason? There are so many questions.
I would assume it'd be a forfeit.
But it's still a reality.
I think it could be a forfeit,
forfeit.
right? They forfeit that loss because you can't make that game up, right?
Nah, you can't.
Is that their punishment? A forfeit that would have happened no matter what?
It's almost like, why is there a playoffs? Really. And that's kind of like my real take on it is you almost don't need a playoffs. Just let the teams just play as many games as they want to because you really can't crown a true state champion. And John said it last episode.
Yeah, blame
no,
John.
No.
It's my fault. I did it.
Is he said this? He said that there's teams and players that's sitting out because of COVID. So that's what I'm saying. Like, so how do you penalize people? But that's my take though. Personally, it's not John's take. That's mine. Is that there probably shouldn't be a playoffs. Let these kids, play as many games as they want to. But as far as crowning the state champion, I think it's going to be tough to do.
No, I think.
Here's my argument. Okay, you go,
no,
John.
Okay, I think that they should have a playoffs. Like, I think, honestly, everybody's playing with the same playing field.
Did the screen freeze?
Everybody's dealing with COVID-19 in 2020. Whoever is able to make it to the end, we know that you were the most disciplined off the field.
Yeah.
As well as the most fortunate off the field.
True.
And you were also
Lucky.
able to be a good football team within this chaos. I think that there should be a playoff. I think that these kids should have an opportunity to go out, play, win a state championship, get their rings. But I also think that we should be very, very careful from a state level when you start having Toledo teams playing against Akron teams.
Yeah.
You run the risk of possibly spreading this across the state accidentally. And so that's why I'm surprised that there's a playoffs, because we are trying to quarantine things locally.
Well, technically, you can't spread it if you don't have it, and you can't be playing if you do have it.
Who's testing?
I
Testing
know.
anyway?
Yeah.
We don't know.
Yeah.
And then there's
testing.
that.
And now let me now for everybody that's saying, about my take about the playoffs, soft flex on them. Now, I do want teams and kids to go out and play in the playoffs, but when it's safe, maybe in the spring, because maybe they can get themselves a couple of these rings right here.
Oh, really? We just gonna stunt? We just are we stunting?
Just put them in there.
This is
What
are we
is
stunting?
that?
Wait a second,
Are we stunting? That's what we're doing? We're just gonna stunt?
I love how
Oh.
you have them in read.
Okay.
They're on my desk. They're on my desk. They're on my desk.
Yeah,
We're
okay.
stunting now.
That
Wow.
helps your point, Mike Rob. How many state championships does Central Catholic really need?
They need to win as many as they can.
So you're right, Mike Rob.
They need to win as many as they can, because I know how hard those kids work. I know how hard all of these kids work. I think the whole thing needs to come back to play the playoffs when it's fair for all teams to play. That's my whole point.
Well,
Yeah,
I
see,
feel like
agree.
if Finley
Okay.
can't play because they got to sit out an extra week because the last week of the season another kid get COVID, I would want to see Finley in the playoffs, but I don't want to see teams get penalized because of the situation. So I want it, but I don't want it unless I can have it my way, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, I'm like, yo, the problem here is this. High school is a finite time. There's no NCAA to grant a fifth or sixth year to these kids. It's like you turn 18, you're gone. So you got to go. Let these kids play. Let them play. Let them win a championship.
Here's my thing. Because there's only 6 regular season games, you might everyone gets into the playoffs. You might lose it. Someone's going to lose in week 1. So these kids are getting 7 games of film rather than 11? And you can opt to have more games scheduled, but you have to opt out of the playoffs. So if you go and you lose in week 1 of the playoffs, you're done. I don't think you can schedule more games once you've already decided you're playing in the playoffs. But if you're not playing in the playoffs, you can schedule more games. So that's where the thing comes in. These kids who need more film, they're risking it by winning a state championship and playing 3 or 4 games less.
And I think, we'll find out more about that. As much as I want to dive into it, I do want to do a little bit more research.
Okay, fine,
I
won't.
want to do some research, because I'm not as educated, and I don't want to just kind of like throw out things, but, I think,
I just read Twitter.
no, I know you get the right information.
No,
on my end, I don't have enough to be educated as the people who are making these decisions,
Yeah, I feel like this.
Yeah, I'm going to start Googling.
If you're worried about film, and film was something that could really help you, 7 games is more than enough to show what you can do. That's more than enough to show what you can do.
Okay.
There's nothing you're gonna do in weeks 8, 9, and 10 that's gonna change anybody's mind.
Now I agree. We can agree on that.
Okay.
We can agree to move on that. Yep.
Okay. So you don't think they progress as
for sure you
They
do.
they progress, but if someone wants you, then
they can tell
they know.
in week 2 or
they
3.
know. 7 weeks is a big enough sample size. There are people who are getting offers after week 2.
And like you said, it depends on what kind of offers we're talking about.
Yeah.
If you're a top tier Big Ten kid, you've already got your offers.
Yeah.
They just want to see you play once or twice, like he said, the week 2 guys.
Okay.
And obviously you missed out on a lot of camps, but again, 6 games you should show what you got.
Yeah, that's the thing. There were no.
But 6 games you should show.
I'll listen to
You
the
should show
football.
them.
And then you had a whole junior year. If you're a dude, you're a dude in the 11th grade.
What about the kids who were going into their junior year, had no summer camps, don't play as many games junior year, Okay, I'm gonna.
They're
sign
gonna
off.
go. They're gonna
Who
go to
are
camp
your
and make a name for
guys'
themselves.
Game balls going to. I'm just gonna talk into
No.
circle. Give me your game balls. Who do you have?
Game ball this week. I'll go. I'm going to give it to. You know, I've kind of debated myself on this. You know, I said I was gonna give it to one guy before. Now I'm kind of going back to somebody else, but I'm gonna go back to him. Caden Holmes, Fremont Ross.
Okay.
Big win over Whitmer. You know, they haven't beat them in 6 years. So, you know, big kudos to that football program. You know, he hit his receiver up Van. I'm sorry. Young Van. He's a 6'2", 175-pound wide receiver. And he got him for 3 touchdowns. And, you know, Hammer got the game-winning pick 6. But you got to also show love to Justin Johnson. But Caden Holmes, you get my game ball. You can share it with Mr. Van. And you can share it with the whole football team. Just stay focused. You guys got a big game versus St. John's coming.
Yeah, cut the football in half in like quarters and just.
Well, he's a
give it
quarterback. He's
you know?
used to sharing that, right?
Just dishing it out.
Yeah.
Just dishing it out.
Yes.
My game ball. I changed my mind.
JG.
I changed my mind. I had one in my head set. I said, this is what I'm doing. And then I thought about it and I said, you know what? No.
Okay.
We're going to go
Whoa.
broad. We're going to go with the offensive and defensive lines for Perrysburg. Those dudes controlled the game. The men in the trenches. They got the job done. I mean, there were guys 4, 5, 6 yards down. Guys were blocking to the whistle. That offensive line was getting it done. And then the defense gave that running game from Napoleon, that vaunted running game. There was less space than the New York parking spot.
I only accept this because most of the offense plays on defense as well for Perrysburg. That's the only reason I'm.
Oh, yeah, our budget for game balls is only so large, so I made sure that it was a team where kids went both ways. Yeah.
You just love your linemen.
Hey, you gotta love your linemen.
I'm a big fan. Linemen get it done. They're the MVPs of all the games.
Got a legal problem? Need an attorney with reasonable fees? Contact attorney LaRon Bankston at 419-474-8963. Once again, that's 419-474-8963. Attorney LaRon Bankston. He can get the job done.
Let's start in the track. It is not a full slate because of the snowball effect from COVID-19 from week 3/week 4. So we've got Central Catholic at Whitmer. This used to be a really good game. It's I don't want to say it's not going to be because Central Catholic is coming off of not playing a week. So you do have that. And then you have St. Francis playing against Lima Senior. And we're going to count it in this week. St. John's will play on Saturday against the Fremont Ross Big Giants because Saturday is going to be exactly 14 days since they played Findlay 2 weeks ago. So, yes, in case you're wondering, one day makes a difference. They cannot play on Friday. They have to play on Saturday because they're all now negative for COVID-19. You can hear that in my voice. I take it very... yes. Okay, your thoughts on week 5 in the track?
I'll start with the whole week off deal, for Central Catholic and the other teams. Findlay still taking a seat, St. John's taking a seat. I think that's going to be tough where you look at a Whitmer football team who got beat up a little bit by Fremont Ross. They've been taking their lumps throughout the track, been able to get one in over Clay. But you take a real look at this team and say, they have the tools. They got Eddie Colbert still there at quarterback. You got Armand Johnson, who's a phenomenal football player, offensive line. You still got Keller. This team can still make plays, and then Justin Johnson is the one player who can change a game, kind of like Thomas Zyros in a way where he can take a kick return to the house. He can make a screenplay, go from 10-yard gain to 90 yards. So Central Catholic has to watch out. This could be looked at as a trap game, in my opinion. So this is a team that they shouldn't sleep on because, they're a wounded dog, and the only way to go is up.
Yeah, I can agree with that. I think Whitmer is a team that you don't want to look at as a speed bump. There's still talent there. This may not be the Whitmer team from 2-3 years ago, but there's still talent there. But if I'm Central Catholic and I had to sit out a week and I didn't do anything wrong, I'm raring to go. I expect to see a Central Catholic team that jumps on the highway doing 95. They really are gonna have. I'm expecting to see a team that's raring to go. This Whitmer team, while there is talent there, I don't think it's all the way together there. I think that this is kind of, it sucks, but that truncated season or the truncated off season hurt them, I think, more than anybody, because I think what we're experiencing is a Riley Keller hangover. I think that's kind of the issue that we're running into, is you have to learn how to play without a guy that's that good. You look at him and you got Jared Banks. Those two games those guys are gone. Now you're looking, you can't fill a void without an offseason.
Score predictions for Central Catholic Whitmer. Let's hear them.
Central Catholic Whitmer score predictions. I would say that Central Catholic should win this game by 21 points. I would say that this is a game that they should win by 21. They should be able to get up on this team early. They had a week to get healthy, and I think that's the other part of it is they got healthy and they're getting coached up, so they had 2 weeks to prepare for their opponent. Kind of like a college or an NFL team, like the Browns, who's going to beat the football team on Sunday.
Without a doubt.
You got to have your time to. Oh yeah. We talking that too.
Oh no, we talking that too. That's happening. That's happening.
So we speak that to existence, but I think that Central Catholic may have just too many weapons. They're strong offensively, and on defense, they really don't have any holes, and they're going to be better coming this week.
And you're more optimistic than me because I'm seeing 42-7 Central Catholic. Please don't tweet me. Please don't tweet me. Please don't tweet me. Don't at me, bro. But I think that this Central Catholic team is primed for a long state playoff run. And right now, Whitmer's just not there. They're going to be a speed bump on the road.
A small speed bump. And mind you, we love Ken Winters. Awesome.
Yes.
Yes, without a doubt.
Okay.
Love Coach Winters.
Yes. No. Yes. Coach Winters, we are big fans. Okay, St. Francis, Lima Senior. Score prediction.
St. Francis, Lima Senior, this is also a game that can be looked at as a trap game. Lima Senior hasn't got all the wins that they should, that they should get. They haven't played great on the offensive line. Defensive line, they've kind of struggled there. But this is a young football team full of a lot of talented players who will be all track in the next couple of years. So in the second half of this season, I expect Lima to be a little bit better. I think this game may be a little bit closer than some may think. I think St. Francis have the edge, and they can win this by 10 points. But that's what I'm going to go with. St. Francis by 10. Keep it simple.
Well, I think St. Francis definitely wins the game.
Yeah.
I think it gets ugly. I'm saying St. Francis by 21. I think they're going to twomp them. Pass the sticks, baby. Pass the sticks. The game's over.
I can see it. We'll see, though.
Okay. Saturday. Y'all get traction on Saturday.
Love
Traction.
St. John's.
I like that.
Yes, I'm trademarking that. Don't take it. St. John's, the Titans versus the Big Giants. What is your score prediction?
First, before you trademark it, I said it on Game Day Nation like 2 years ago, so I think I said it first. But anyway, no, okay.
Pre-COVID, yeah, not a thing.
Pre-COVID, I certainly said it. Oh, yeah, pre-COVID, it's all hell break loose. And that's what's going to happen here on Saturday. You're going to have all hell break loose. St. John's is going to come out here. Thomas Zyros is going to be a little bit more healthier. I know he was banged up a little bit. He got a chance to get healthy. St. John's, Brady Lichtenberg. I know their defense were not allowed to practice, so don't quote me. Maybe the offense was, even if they weren't. Brady Lichtenberg can run that offense in his sleep. So I think that this is going to be a game where Fremont Ross, young quarterback, Caden Holmes, who I gave my game ball to, is going to have to step up and find his way. But St. John's is so good, and the way they played Central Catholic and the way they played and came back on Finley, I don't think Fremont is there yet. I think they're going to challenge them, but I see maybe 14-point win to 21-point victory by St. John's.
So let me be clear. I love Chad Long. That's my guy.
Okay.
Right? Everybody knows that Chad Long and I, 5 years at BG together, helped turn around that program, Urban Meyer, all of that good stuff. With that being said, in high school, Chad Long and his Clyde Flyers beat me in the first round of the state playoffs in 1995, and I've never forgiven him for that. St. John's is going to get some type of retribution for your boy. He's going to get some retribution for your boy, Coach McDaniel. And the St. John's Titans are going to get the W, and it's going to be 17 points.
Ooh, I like it.
Whoa, that's so much.
Oh,
You
okay.
guys are so bold. Okay.
You want more touchdowns. I like defense. I like
I
low-scoring games.
love touchdowns, except when there's like 13 in a game, like Central, St. John's.
Listen.
I'm like, who scored that one? Who scored that one? Who scored? This is going too fast. That's it.
I like a 7-10 game. Give me a 7-10
See,
game.
I need a night. I'm a good 35 to 31 guy.
Thank you.
35, 31, I'm good.
7 to
7-10. Yeah. Show me some defense. Not bad
Show,
offense.
show me some offense.
No, I want defense. It's harder to play coach defense than it is to run offense. That's a debate for another day.
It's a
Yeah,
whole
I know.
nother day.
I really want to dig into that.
Because
I get it.
that's-
I can see it. I can see it. I'd love to have this conversation. Okay, let's go to Northern Lakes League. You know what? No, let's save Northern Lakes League. Let's go to the Northern Buckeye Conference because I love their website. This Friday, Eastwood Lake.
Shout out to the main master.
Whoever this is. I think it says the unofficial Northern Buckeye. Love it. Eastwood Lake. Then you got Woodmore, Elmwood, Genoa, Fostoria, and Otsego, Rossford. Any one of those stick out to you that, oh, it's going to be so good?
Run that back one more time.
Run that back one more
Let me
time.
marinate on that.
Okay. Eastwood Lake.
Okay.
Okay,
Let's
you
start
got
there.
Eastwood, who's
Let-
second
let's-
in the league.
Let's start there. Let's go Eastwood Lake. Let's do a quick prediction on that.
'Kay.
Eastwood
Yeah,
Lake.
what's your-
we'll
score
keep
prediction?
it. We'll keep it. We'll be quick on that.
Yeah,
I'll say
Eastwood's
Eastwood.
2. Lake is 2-2.
I say Eastwood get the victory here. They
Yes.
win by 2 touchdowns.
Okay.
I'm going to say Lake by 3.
By 3?
By 3. Not 3 touchdowns, by 3 points, by a field goal. By a
Upset
field goal.
City. Make your
Okay.
field
Upset.
goals.
I'm calling the upset, baby. Lake's going to keep the train rolling.
Okay. Beat
Okay.
Elmwood. Beat them now. Here we go.
Yeah, and then we got Woodmore, Elmwood. It's like middle of the pack teams. Prediction.
I'm going Elmwood by 21 or more.
Yeah, I'm going to match Michael now, and that's definitely.
I think Woodmore is a little bit of ways away.
Yeah.
They played Fostoria tough. They scored a lot of touchdowns, but Elmwood's a different beast.
Okay, Genoa, Fostoria. Really middle of the pack teams.
I'm going to go Genoa. I think I like what Paul Patterson's doing with the program. They took a tough loss this week, and I know he's going to get into them. One of those state championship rings, he was a part of that. I know what his pedigree is. I know that he can really get after it, and when I mean get after it, he's probably getting after those guys as we speak.
Yeah.
To kind of come bounce back. I'm going to go ahead and say Genoa has a bounce back week this week. I don't know. They win. Fostoria, I didn't get a chance to see them, but they scored a lot of points, so I'm just going to say I'm going Genoa win.
Yeah, I think I'm going to go Genoa with the W. I know a couple of guys from Fostoria. I'm going to go Genoa W.
The Fostoria guys not getting a good rap right now.
No, literally, I'm in a group chat with a guy from Fostoria. That's my dude, Malcolm Robinson, who's my right tackle at BG. Much love to that brother. But
He could have got you more yards.
Yeah, exactly.
He could have helped you get more yards.
Exactly. Could have helped me out,
JG knows
There it
everyone.
is.
Hey, a
that
little
mean he's
bit,
from
little bit.
here?
Celebrity. He's got an Emmy. Come on.
I'm gonna bring my Emmy next. I'm gonna bring the
3 or
Emmy next week.
4?
I'm bringing it next week. She's gonna make a cameo with
Yeah,
me.
we need it. We need it.
Bring
I
the
asked
Emmy.
where it was last week, so I'm happy for you. Okay, Otsego, top team, 4 and zip. They are taking on the Bulldogs. Rossford, what's your prediction?
Seagull Rolls. I think, as Anthony Bellino calls it, Ross Vegas. They made crap out this week with Otsego and just the steamroll, machine that they're on right now. They're just rolling and they can't be stopped. I don't see Rossford getting there. They do have a nice team. They got some good players. Kel Meyer, the quarterback's Young Williams. I see some things. My boy Hammerhead up front. Mr. Walker as well. I mean, they got guys all over the place, but, I think they're just a little bit away from getting that victory. Otsego's just too good, so I'm going to go Otsego by 20.
Otsego by Usain Bolt margins.
Blowout?
By Usain Bolt margins.
That's big gaps.
Check my metaphor.
Who's running? Who's running? Me? Am I chasing us? If I'm chasing you're saying 50 points.
Oh, man.
That's the spread that you're going to see. That's a guy.
No, Otsego gets the big victory, though. Seriously,
I'm with
big
you on
victory.
that. I agree.
Yeah, wow, that was Boulder. Nice of you guys to step up. All right, let's go to the TAC.
Don't tweet
Let's
me.
go-
Please don't tweet
Let's
me.
go- Can we say, like, the TAC is, like, the nice conference? Like, these are all, like, the nice kids? Is that
No,
what we say?
No,
No,
we cannot
no,
say that.
no.
We cannot say that.
No, you cannot say that.
Are they
No.
mean kids?
Yes.
Yes.
Start with the first team. Who you got? I'm gonna tell you all the mean stuff that's going on in this nice league.
Okay, Ottawa Hills at Montpelier is coming up.
Oh.
Week 5.
Well, on Game Day Nation last week, if you guys didn't see it, go watch the rerun. I called the Green Bears a new name. They kind of evolved like Pokemon. They evolved into
They
the second
shape-shift?
version. Yeah, they turned into. I said last week they had that Transformer go out, and then they transformed into the Grizzly Bears. So they're not the nice green bears. I don't even know what a green bear is. The recycling
It's a gummy bear.
That's
Green bear.
weird.
Only green bear I've ever seen is a gummy bear.
I've never seen a green bear. I don't know what it is.
How
Somebody
have
please
you
educate
never
me.
seen a green bear? Google it.
I mean, where do they live? What are they? So I call them the Grizzly Bears because they're not nice. Grant Davis, AJ George, Nepper, Helgren, all of these kids are physical and they like to attack kids, and that's exactly what they did to Cardinal Stritch last week. So, they really came out here and put the land on to. Who they gonna lay it on this week? Who'd you say they're going against?
Yeah, it's Montpelier.
Montpelier.
Oh, they're gonna lay it on them.
Yeah.
The Grizzly Bears are gonna win by 7.
That's okay.
I'm just saying they're
Okay,
Grizzly
JG.
though.
Yeah, they're Grizzly.
Go Bears. Go Bears. Like, seriously, tucked in the nestles of the city of Toledo with the wood paneled lobby in front of their gymnasium, Ottawa Hills gets the job done this week. Yo Holmes to Bel Air.
That is Bel Air over there.
It's Bel Air over there, man.
I've never been.
Yeah, it's nice.
Did you give your score prediction?
He said they're gonna win.
They're gonna win.
That's all that matters.
They're gonna
yeah.
They're gonna win.
They're gonna win. Just win, baby.
Are you asking for another metaphor?
Screw-
You want
yeah,
another
whatever.
metaphor? Is that what you want? You want another metaphor? I'll give you another metaphor. They gonna win by a Shaq shoe.
Okay.
18.
22.
22. Okay.
22.
Let's
Shaq
just
wears
make
a
it
22.
Yes, he
make it
does.
26.
Jesus.
Okay.
Okay,
Northwood
okay.
at Eden.
That's going to be an interesting matchup. With Eden's style
Yeah.
of play, they're going to spread the ball out. You can see a lot of points in this game, but you're going to see a lot of points on Northwood's side as well. I'm going Northwood by 20. I'm sticking with the 20 number again. I think that Damon Marks, Neal, and that company over there, Ken James got it rolling. They're going to continue that going on versus Eden.
Northwood, 2 touchdowns
Okay.
in what looks like a Big 12 game.
Ooh.
Oh, so I'm not watching
Big
that.
shootout. Big shootout. That's what you like. All points.
Yeah, but
Touchdown,
like,
touchdown,
I
touchdown.
need Iowa State to win. I just need them to win. So
Okay.
I was a Matt Campbell fan. So I don't know. Big 12's iffy for me. I don't really watch it. Anyways, Cardinal Stritch at Hilltop. Your score predictions?
Cardinal Stritch at Hilltop. I think that Cardinal Stritch bounced back. They took two tough weeks to look like they had Eden.
Yeah.
They took a tough one to the Grizzly Bears, the Green Bears. I think they bounced back. Dwayne Moorhead and company. I gave him my game ball last week. So
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
hopefully he takes that ball, dust it off, and help his team get a victory this week.
Love it.
Yeah, I think Dwayne Moorhead finds a way to end the skid
Yep.
and to get off into the playoffs on the winning note.
Okay. Score prediction? I say they got a big play type of offense. If they're going to win, they're going to win by 14.
I can actually agree with that. 14.
14 it is.
2 touches.
All right. A-Dub at Mommy.
A-Dub at Mommy. A-Dub.
A-Dub.
By Dorr Street.
Yeah. Yeah,
I
I
apologize
mean,
for the kitten comment. Continue, Jason.
No, I mean it's all right. They got to fight back. They're going to fight through that adversity, but they got to keep growing because the generals are going to come to town. You know,
Scary.
I think you're watching this AW team grow up. I think that there is probably some hurt pride over there because they know that they were the team that cost AW the streak.
Yep.
I think they are now focused. They're understanding that victories don't just happen. You have to go out there and make them happen.
Okay.
And so I'm seeing A-Dub by 3 touchdowns.
Ooh. I'm
That's
just going to run
generous.
through a wall now.
Mm.
Okay. Wow, I love that. I mean, worthy. All right, Northview and Napoleon.
Northview Napoleon. Is Jared Gerdeman's healthy? Is he healthy?
That's the question.
No,
That's-
he's. It sounded like he was done. But I don't want to
he's
assume
done?
things. Never mind what I just said. Pretend Jared Gerdeman is in, and then
Well,
pretend he's not.
No, we
Okay,
can't do
so-
that.
No,
we can't do that.
So
we
now
can't
as
do
a
that.
coach, I'm gonna say I'm going to switch my pick and go to Northview.
Yeah, I would too.
I'd say Northview. They take advantage of this. They had a nice victory last week. So they're going to take an opportunity to hop on this wounded team here, and I think that they can do it. I think they got the opportunity. They got the horses. They've shown that they've gotten better. But Napoleon, I think that might have been a tough loss to bounce back from. But I think Coach Strock, he's going to do what he got to do. And Michael Chips, I really like him. So he's going to have to step up and make big plays. And if he can do that, they'll hang in the game. But Northview should win this game with the talent they have on their roster.
Yeah, I agree. I think Northview by 7. I don't think it's going to be a big victory.
I agree.
But I think that Napoleon is going to have to find a way to center Chips. They're going to have to center Chips. He's going to have to. They're going to have to find ways to get him the ball in space, and that's not necessarily what they showed in the second half. You could tell mentally in the second half of that Perrysburg game that they weren't there.
Yep.
And they've got to be there Friday night.
Yep. I agree. Okay, Springfield at Southview.
Springfield at Southview. I think Springfield gets one. I think
Yeah.
they get one here this week. They showed a lot of maturity and maturation at the quarterback spot. Maternity really stepped up. And, he made a lot of plays, and the defense really held up to the task. Doing a really good job of playing some good football. I'd say, I'm going Springfield by 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, I think Springfield gets the W, and I think they get the W. This Southview team, they've got some. They need to ripen a little bit. They need to ripen a little bit. This is going to be the fodder for their revenge tour going forward.
Okay.
Springfield by
My
2
favorite
touchdowns.
one. 2 touchdowns?
2 touchdowns.
I thought you were just going to not give a score prediction. It's fine. All right, the big one of the week, of the entire week, Bowling Green, undefeated, at Perrysburg, undefeated. I can't believe I just said those two teams with undefeated next to them. Because they've lost a couple games, and they have not been at the very top for the last few years. Perrysburg has been itching closer. Bowling Green's been itching closer. They'd lose by a couple points, and then that would just flip-flop their whole record. So, predictions. Bowling Green at Perrysburg.
I'm going to go ahead and say this is harder to pick than any other one.
It is.
Only because Eli Brown is so good. Cade Zimmerly is so good.
So good.
You know, Walden Zach's so good.
So good.
Wolf's so good. That whole offensive line, that defensive line, got that team ball. Other Zimmerly. And Jackson, you know, for Bowling Green. So, you know, I think that this is where the fun stops for Bowling Green. I think this is it. I think that they're going to lose by 21 points.
Ooh, that's big.
Whoa.
No faith in Mike Ward at all.
I think there's a difference. I think that they don't have anybody like Walden Zach, and they don't have anybody like Cade Zimmerly. I will take Cade Zimmerly with me in the dark alley on any freaking night. On any night, Cade Zimmerly can walk me down an alley, and I go blindfolded, and I'm not worried.
He can walk a grown man in an alley.
Hey, listen.
That speaks
Some
a
of them.
lot.
Some of them alleys that I came from, ain't no grown man walking down there.
Right.
So if I can take Cade down there with me, that means I'm real sure that Perryburg's gonna get this W. They gonna win this game.
I like this way of measuring. Do you take this lineman with you down a dark alley? I love that.
Hey, that's the way to do it. That's the way That's the way to do it.
Wow.
He's a protector.
That's the way,
He's a protector, and if he can't protect me in that situation, I don't want him.
Yeah, I don't want him. I agree. JG, what's your prediction?
Listen. So first of all, the football fan in me is doing the Birdman hand rub right now. the football fan in me is doing the Birdman hand rub because this game is going to this is Championship Friday, baby. Yep. This is NLL Championship Friday. And so you got this Perrysburg team who is very complete on both sides of the ball. They've got a really good defensive backfield. That's the thing I think people sleep on with that Perrysburg team. Their defensive backfield is really good. We talk about the front four, but the back four is good also.
Yes.
And then on the flip side, that offensive line is just so big. The problem that Bowling Green is going to have and why your prediction is going to be right of a big win, there just are not enough Bowling Green Bobcats. It's just not enough of them. There's only 34 guys. With that big offensive line that Perrysburg has, averaging 250, 260, what's going to wind up happening is in the third quarter, they are going to wear out that Bowling Green team. Yes. And Connor Wallen-Zach is going to be hitting his head on the goals post, and all of a sudden things are going to be going crazy in Perrysburg. So, as much as I love Coach Ward, I know he's doing a great job with that defense. They just don't have the horses in BG.
Wow.
Is that good enough for you, Danny? Is that good enough for you, Danny?
Y'all, I love what's your score prediction?
But I'm still doing the Birdman hand rub, though. I'm still doing, because this is going, I'm hoping that I'm wrong. I'm hoping that Eli Brown goes Super Saiyan. I'm hoping he goes Super Saiyan and puts up a Herculean effort, and all of a sudden I'm eating my words next Friday. That's what I hope happens, because that's when you know good football is taking place.
Listen. There's one thing I've learned. Don't pick against the farmer boys. I've learned that. I've learned that. I'm not going to give any prediction. I will be right on the field with these teams, so I refuse to give a prediction. However, be weary when there's farm boys on the field and you pick against them. That's all I'll say.
Hey, don't tweet me. Whatever you do, don't tweet me.
Don't tweet me.
Don't tweet me.
Don't ask me no question. Yeah, and listen, I'll say this. I agree with you. I got a lot of respect for Bowling Green. Mm-hmm. I think this game, they deserve to have a shot.
Yeah.
I think they deserve to be where they're at. They earned it.
Mm-hmm.
but they have not seen anybody like this. And when they struggle versus Springfield, when they struggle
definitely.
versus Springfield, that
Yeah.
showed me something. I said, Springfield isn't as good as Perrysburg. And we saw that
Right.
already, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or did we? They played already. I'm pretty sure. Did they not? If so, I would still take Perrysburg over Springfield. But the point is, I don't know. Like I said, the season it's COVID season's flying everywhere.
Yeah.
But I'm telling you, Perrysburg just like I said, they have too much for you. I mean, it's
Yeah,
overload.
they're terrifying.
You got Jack Higgins. We didn't even mention his name. It's guys everywhere. Aiden Pratt. You got the super sophomore receiver.
Hughes.
I mean, this is going to be a shellacking in my opinion.
Yeah.
I think-
I
think it
Perrysburg
stays-
is terrifying. I'll agree with that.
Yeah, I
But
think
the
it
Farm
stays.
Boys, they got some heart.
Yeah,
I ain't saying they
it's
soft.
it's
The
go, no, and it's
heart,
go, I
Friday
think
Night
their
Lights.
heart is going to keep the game close for about a quarter and a half. And I know that I'm giving them bullet board material right now.
Oh, yeah, we giving them
For
all
about
the bullet board.
For a quarter and a half, they're going to keep it close. And then all of a sudden, Usain Bolt's going to come out. And that gap's going to get wider and wider.
Who's catching Connor Walden, Zach? That's what I want to know.
That guy is a walking
we
peace
talking
sign.
I'll
football
ask
right
Coach.
now. Ask Coach. I love Dirk Connor. I love Coach Ward.
Love Coach
I love those
Connor.
guys. I love what they're doing.
Yeah.
But this is a game of football, and he knows what he's up against too. So he's not going to be surprised, but he's going to have his team ready to go play football, and that's one thing we both do know. And
Yeah.
we're both saying that that any team, don't tweet us, don't add us, just put us on the bulletin board and prove us wrong.
Yeah.
Don't
prove
at
us
me.
wrong.
Prove us
Do
wrong.
not
us
at
wrong.
me.
Don't at
at
me and
me.
prove
Don't
me
at
wrong.
me, bro.
Don't out me and don't slide into my DMs. That's all I ask.
Don't do that.
Either.
Don't do
Please
that.
don't.
We don't
Yeah.
want that.
I would love to tweet out a high school football game, but when I tweet them out, then I'm not going to say it. I'm just not. I'm going to leave it there. Don't
Hey,
slide in my
like I
DMs.
said, don't slide no DMs. Y'all wild.
No,
Y'all crazy.
no. I don't have time for that. Don't ever forget to subscribe to the 419 Football Show. It pays our bills. Just kidding. I
Not
wish
yet.
it did.
Not yet. It's
That's
coming.
what we're trying to do here. It doesn't yet, but we're hoping to quit all of our jobs and just do this podcast for a living on high
Yes.
school
How
sports
cool
in
would that
Toledo, Ohio. All right. And
We could do the whole state of Ohio just to make
I'd be
sure we
down.
got more stuff.
Yeah, get a little
Yeah.
bit more sponsors.
yeah. State of Ohio, Governor DeWine sponsor us. But most importantly, follow us all on Twitter at Coach_Mike Rob, at Blaine
my fault. I did
JG
it. I did
for
it.
everything.
I did it.
And at Danny Rogers. Don't tweet us. Don't slide into our DMs. Just follow us.
Tell your auntie
Just
to slide in
follow.
my DMs,
Just hit
though, your
the
auntie.
follow button. That's it. Follow, scroll, get off our Twitter pages. That's it. All right. Your final predictions. We are going into week 5 of high school football on the 419.
Well, my final predictions for this week here in 5 is that we'll get through unscathed. I'm feeling optimistic about this week versus the earlier week. So I think that we'll make it through. Get these teams playing, and I think that all of my predictions are right because I'm always right because
Because you're Riley Rose's dad. That's the only reason I'm agreeing with that.
That's it. I'm
That's
agree
it.
with that, and that's my final thoughts. I think that we're going to see some really good football players make plays this weekend, and I'm excited for it. So shout out to Riley Rose. How about that?
Week 5. This is the week that we will see the cream rise to the top. We will see which teams are primed and ready to go make a long run in the playoffs. If you're Central Catholic and you didn't play last week, so what? You're playing this week. Show us what you got. Little mama, little daddy. Show us what you got. This is the time to separate yourself where the contenders step up and the pretenders sit down. Week 5, you got to be primed and ready to go. You can't wait till next week.
No, you
next
can't.
week, too late.
Too late.
It's too late. You got to do it right now. You want to make a statement? Eli Brown, run for 300 yards. Make a statement. That's what
Want
needs to
me?
be done. That's it. Mommy, you want to make a statement? Do it right now.
Southview.
Do it right now.
Hey, Lima Senior.
Let's get it done.
Hey, man. Yeah, I'm with that energy all day. And everybody else get it done. Like I
Wow.
said, prove your haters wrong, shut it down,
Wow.
and play your heart out, you know? Turn off all the noise, lock in. After you listen to the podcast, turn everything else off. After you like it, subscribe and comment, share it to your Facebook friend. After you're done doing that, turn off all the noise and lock in and prove us wrong. Or
And-
right.
And don't tweet me. And don't tweet me.
I ain't got time for that.
Those were lovely final thoughts. I'm going to go run through a wall now.
Let's do it.
That was wonderful. Okay. We appreciate you guys listening to this entire show because that's what you just did. Give yourself a pat on the back. You heard about Riley Rose. You heard about Ava. You saw Ava. Yeah. And that's the biggest thing about this show,
Yeah.
Riley Rose and Ava. So tune back in for next week's show because it will be the week before playoffs. Crunch time. I'm so pumped. Follow us all on Twitter. Don't add us. It's the 419 Football Show.
Deuces.